Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Video Review with Coach Glenn, and let's get started. All right, let's check out the partner of the receiver right now, where my suggestion with everybody is let's back up and start behind the service line, shading closer to the center so that our focus is more in tune with that opposite net person. And even though the point didn't go in this direction, what I want to point out to you is, in this instance, Don's return went to Amy at the net. And if Amy's able to control this volley, look at the gap in the court. It's basically a freebie if that ball can get through this area. And that's why I'm suggesting if this person here can position themselves a little bit differently, that just makes this gap through the court a little bit smaller and more defensible. Okay, so here we have Dawn. Now Dawn is in a pretty good position. She's shading to the middle. She's behind her service line. But the second part of this is, when that serve is going in, is get those eyeballs on that person at the net. And she looked back at Anita and then picked up Amy at this point. That's a touch. Okay, and I love this. Here we have Anita has tweaked her position a little bit. She's behind the service line a little bit. And also love her focus is right on that opposite net person as it should be. But there's nothing you can do when the volleyer hits that kind of good volley. Okay, so here we have Dawn again. Love that positioning. Let's move ahead. Okay, situation here is Anita went upstairs, went down the middle of the court, has Dawn behind the baseline, pretty much in a position where she's going to lob. And so both Anita and Dawn are in pretty good shape right now. One of the things that I always found that worked good for me is when I'm this person that's making the switch, in this case it's Amy's position, with both opponents coming up to the service line and prepping for a volley or overhead. I always found I had a higher success rate if I switched more back to the baseline. So when the lob goes up, okay, and you can see what Amy did. She made a tremendous adjustment there. I didn't know she was going to be doing that, but she knew her partner was going to hit a lob, and so she backtracked a little bit, and as well she should.
Thank you.
Okay, so this time here, again, remember your responsibilities at the beginning of the point. Anita this time has gone back to a previous position of being right in the center of the service line and not really in this other position that we were talking about. And so if you're in Amy's position, you want to pick up on when you see your opponent's a little bit out of position. Amy needs to eyeball that and understand that, boy, if she can get a racket on a ball, she's got pretty much a free ride through the center of the court. Here we go. All right, Kim's been pulled wide. Amy has shifted beautifully back and into the center a little bit. And I believe Anita just misses the volley, but she had her intent is to pick that off. Still a good move. Okay. Second serve, and Amy has moved up towards the service box because her partner should be able to handle the second serve. Okay, let's back this up just a little bit. So the point has started, and Amy has moved up a little bit. And if you watch, Dawn sends this right through the center of the court. And that's the kind of ball right here that, when Dawn's hitting that, that's going to be a tough ball to go up the alley. So, when you're in a position with Amy right now is to, when you understand that you don't have to be responsible for the alleys, to put your focus on the middle of the court, because that went in pretty close. And normally Amy is all over those balls because you can see what a position that puts Kim in, who's looking for cross court and then has to run into the middle, and that's just a tough ball to defend. Okay, let's move this back a little bit here. Okay. At this point, Amy just went at Anita. Anita pops it up to Kim. And as far as Kim's position, whenever you're at the net and you've got one up and one back and you're pretty much in control of the point as much as you can, stay on this person's side of the court. It's when we go back to the baseline here that we're giving that baseline person time, and we know that, and basically time in a match to throw up a lob and get the two of you off the net. So let's see what happens here. Good spacing at the net with Kim and Amy. The ball goes back into Amy's side of the court. And I think Dawn is moving up. She's eyeballing this area right through here, thinking, oh man, I've got this winner. And she fools me and goes right up the center. That is a great play. Really nicely done. That's the one I thought she was. Yeah, okay. These are always tough to miss. Boy. Let's play this back. This is really cool. Let's look at Anita. First off, the ball's been pulled wide. And look at Anita, how she's shifting there. Beautiful job. Then as that ball goes back to Dawn, she slides back as Dawn's moved in a little bit. She slid it back to her original side. Amy's going right at her, but Anita is right there in position to deal with that shot. Now at this point, what I'd like you to notice is how Anita's volleys made Kim run backwards. And if you notice, Anita's running in. But the one thing I've learned in this game, when people are running backwards, that ball usually goes up high in the air in the form of a lob. And I think Anita just gets caught. Now she sees what's going on, but I think it's a little bit too late because she got caught up inside the service box. And with Dawn being at the net, she doesn't have any help. behind her becomes a very difficult shot right there. Okay, that's it for right now. I'd say the main focus is, keep working on your movement on the court and your spacing from your partner to make sure that the gaps are smaller gaps that your opponents are hitting through, and don't give them that big opening in the middle of the court. Hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you very much.